Hi everyone, and welcome to Young at Heart. We have a very exciting show for you today, and as you can see, I'm flying solo. Poor Jim is home sick with the flu or something, but he's pretty darn sick. So here's to you, buddy. Hope you feel better pretty soon. So let's see, what do we got coming up today? We've got our first attendant for the Miss Pahrump pageant, Emily Strain. She's going to sing and play guitar for us. We've got Carlton McCaslin from the Shadow Mountain Players. He's going to tell us a little bit about a melodrama that's coming up and some of the different things that they're doing, some fundraisers that they're doing. I think you'll really enjoy that. And then we have Ira Carter, who is a Navy pilot from the Vietnam era. He's going to fill us with some great facts and lots of different information that he has for us. We're also going to be doing some cowboy cooking. We're going to look at some of the favorite programs in retrospect, some of the different dishes that we really liked there. And then we're going to give you some different ideas on where to travel if you're still got some travel time left. As we're speaking of travel, I'll tell you a little bit. My husband and I went to Goldfield Days over the weekend, and we were in the parade. We were with the Pahrump Valley Four-Wheelers. We got to do the parade, and we actually ventured off-road. So we have a place that's not too far from here. It was about 9 miles northwest of Beatty. I think it's like between Beatty and Goldfield, but this guy has land out there, and I can't remember how many acres he has, but he built this fabulous castle. It's like this round castle, and he's done phenomenal work. If you go out, if you ever get a chance and you want to go off-road, first of all, the scenery is actually absolutely spectacular scenery. It really makes you appreciate the Nevada desert. I mean, I love living in Pahrump. I love the surroundings. I love the desert area here. But to get off-road and really see nature, you know, all of the natural habitat out there and all of the gorgeous Joshua trees. And anyhow, to get up to this castle, this guy has, I think he said he spent the last 12 years building this castle. And he has all these different rooms, all different themed rooms, and he's done some phenomenal work there. He's done some beautiful, beautiful tile work. And he asks for, it's like a $10 donation, and he will take you on a tour of this. It's like 3 or 4 stories, and it's got, the thing that really intrigued me is he's got this like spiral, I mean, it's a really spiral, if you can imagine. It's a round castle, and there's a stairway that goes completely around and around. And I tried to get pictures of it, but I couldn't get really good pictures of it, but we climbed all these stairs and we went to the top, and on the top he's got kind of like a sunroom. It's all enclosed in glass, and it's just fabulous. But a couple more places that we've got. Let's see, we got a couple more places that aren't too far away. I'll give you a couple now and a couple later. One of them is in Williams, Arizona, and that's about 3 to 4 hours. This sounds like a really intriguing place to go. It's the Flintstone home. Y'all remember the Flintstones? Who do we have? Betty and Barney and Wilma and Little Pebbles, all the Flintstones. So it looks like it's a very intriguing place to go, an actual recreation of their home. And that's, again, about 3 to 4 hours from here. They actually have like a recreation of Bedrock City. You can go in there, and it's an area that was created in 1971 that has all different kinds of buildings, the different things from that era. That sounds like fun, getting out there with the Rubbles and the Flintstones, and wonder if they have the different vehicles that they used to use. You know, remember how they used to pedal those vehicles with their feet? I always thought that was really neat. And then we have a couple other places that we'll talk about later. I'm looking forward to the cowboy cooking. I missed some of those episodes. I think those will be really fun as we look back over this, some of the favorite things from then. And then we'll, we're missing our Jim. He's sick today. So Jim, I was wondering if he was practicing what I taught him last week, and I guess I don't get to find out. Next week I will be gone. As I leave here, I'm going to head down to Las Vegas to compete in the Miss Senior Nevada pageant. So I'm all excited about that. And of course, all the hard work's done, and so now it's time to just enjoy and have a lot more fun. So we will be right back shortly. Come back and join us. Hi again, and welcome back to Young at Heart. I'm here with the beautiful and talented Miss Emily Strange, who is our first attendant for the Miss Pahrump pageant. And she's going to sing and play her guitar for us today. And Emily, what are you going to play again?
I'm playing Edelweiss from The Sound of Music.
Oh, wow. And you played that in the pageant.
Yes.
And you are basically a self-taught musician, right?
Almost, yeah.
Somewhat. You've been playing for how long?
About a year and a half almost.
And you didn't have lessons for that entire year, you
No,
said.
I had lessons for about 6 months.
Wow, and you're very talented. So how much does it take to really practice and learn that on your own?
It takes determination. I was taught in my classes. I was taught a few beginning chords and the string names and the notes and some rhythm patterns, and then I kind of just taught myself. Went from there.
Oh, so basically, yeah, if you get that. All right, so I'm going to let Emily play and sing here, and I will be back shortly.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Oh, that was beautiful, beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful. Now, you were one of the top talent winners
Yes.
in the pageant also. Now, did you win the talent? I don't remember.
No, I did not win a talent.
But you were, I know they only had the top talent,
Yes.
top people in the talent do their talent. So we enjoyed that at the pageant, and we enjoyed it today.
Thank you.
So speaking of the pageant, I remember that you had a unique, what do you call your, not philosophy, but your, what do you call that? Platform,
A
a unique platform. Well, tell everyone what your platform was.
My platform was prescription drug responsibility, and I chose it because I see so much drug abuse in our community, not only illegal drugs, but also prescription drugs, and I just wanted to help with that issue.
Well, and speaking of that, I have actually been doing some research. I'm doing my doctorate in holistic health. And one of the things that I looked at or learned from that was more people die every year from the proper use of prescription drugs that have been actually prescribed by the doctors in the proper dosage at the proper times. And that's a big thing. So what advice do you give people on the responsibility?
I would just suggest keeping it put away. I mean, the one thing I wanted to focus on a lot was keeping it put away and out of reach of children, because they can get into it and they mistake it for candy and they can die or seriously hurt themselves.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a big thing. And they have all those child protective things that you can put on the cupboards and things there. Now, do you do this in the high school? Do you go and speak to any of your high school peers about responsibility, how they can also protect themselves?
When the topic comes up, I give a bit of advice. I hope not
good.
to be too overwhelming to them.
Right. Oh, that's a great topic. I was very intrigued by that. I thought it was a great platform. I keep forgetting what that is. Yeah, great platform. And good for you for doing that. Now, you said this was basically your first experience in the pageant, right?
Yeah, it was my very first pageant. Yeah.
How exciting, though, huh?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
It was way worth it. I learned a lot.
Did you? Well, what one thing can you tell us that you learned from it? What's the biggest thing you think you learned?
The thing I learned was learning to deal with different types of people. I mean, you've got people who are shy, you have people who are bubbly and outgoing, and it's hard to learn to cope with them all in one
Especially
place.
when the nerves flare up.
Yeah, especially when everyone's nervous. So you've got to learn to kind of keep your cool and just be calm and be a friend to everyone. I learned a lot of social skills.
Oh, really? That's great. And of course, the one thing I've told you guys before is that so much poise and such young people was just amazing to me. To see you up on the stage, especially when you've got 200-300 people out there looking at you, you are also very well poised. And then, of course, the pageant's a time for fun, because how much work really goes into participating in the pageant?
Not much. I mean, you have to get your platform down, you have to do your talent, and you have to practice the walks and everything, but really it's just a bunch of fun.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, it's like, I told you I was going to be in the senior pageant, and it's like a big puzzle, putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and I love doing that. It's like you create the look you want, you find the gown you want. Now, what did you do to find your gown? Did you have an idea ahead of time what you were looking for?
I kind of did. At first, I wanted a pink or a blue one, and I found a pink one. I got it for $10. It was a good deal. But then me and my sister were at a thrift store, and she found a formal gown for $10. She's like, you have to try this on, you have to try this on. So I put it on, and it fit almost perfectly, so I chose that one.
So you know that, and it was red, I remember, right?
Yes, it was red.
That's my favorite color. And I did the same thing. We have great stores. Did you buy yours in town, at one of the stores in town here?
Actually, yes, I got it at Salvation Army.
Okay, you know what? And that's what we do. That's a great thing. So those of you who think that you have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars to be in a pageant, you don't. In fact, I did the same thing. I had a gown, and I did get it at one of our consignment stores here. Was all set to wear this gown and put it on, and I thought, there's just something not right with it. So I went into our local store here, Secret Sisters, and happened to find the perfect gown.
Oh, wow.
So, it's always exciting when you can do that, and especially when you can go out and get something. Yours was gorgeous for $10.
Thank you. Yeah, I was surprised.
My husband always tells me not to tell everybody that you got a bargain, but to me, that's the fun of it, getting the bargain.
It is.
And so now, how did you already knew what you were going to do for your talent, right?
Yes.
But selecting a song, that's a big thing, too.
It is. At first, I was going to play Beauty and the Beast, but then it was too long, and I didn't think it would hold everyone's interest. So I chose this one, and it's just about a winter flower, and I loved it.
Oh, now do you have a time limit on your talent?
Yes, it's 3 minutes.
Oh, you guys get 3 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Ours is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And it's hard to find music under that 3 minutes mark there. And so what was your favorite aspect of being in the pageant?
My favorite part of being in the pageant was just getting to know everybody. I made a lot of friends, and I learned so many skills. It is definitely worth the try.
So now, will you do it again, do you think, ever?
I wish I could do the Miss Prump pageant again, but I'm too old for that. Hopefully my little sister will. But I'm hoping to do some different pageants in the future, yeah.
How do you like that, too old? How does that make me feel? Can't be too old. Well, at least you'll have something to look forward to when you get to be about 60. No, you have some. There's a lot of different pageants. But even there's other things besides like the pageant type things that you can do. What do you think you're going to do with your music?
I really hope to be a musician when I get older. It's one of the things I love the most.
And are you going to further your singing?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Now, have you had voice lessons at all?
When I was about 10, I had some voice lessons, but then it dropped, so I've just kind of been keeping it going at home.
Right. Now, were you involved in the music program at the high school?
No, I was not.
Oh, okay. I know they've had a lot of different people go through there. But you've got some exciting events coming up, at least within this year. You can enjoy this year before you move on. What are some of your events that you're going to be in coming up?
Participating in the Miss Prump pageant, they're having us going to what's it called?
Governor's Ball.
Governor's Ball,
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah. So did you find a gown for that? Well, you could wear your pink one.
I was hoping to wear either my pink one or my red one again.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get to wear your pink one, so maybe, your
Might
red
as well
one's
wear
gorgeous,
it.
though. Yeah, that's a really pretty one. Oh, yeah, and I know Sabrina was here last week, and she was talking about that same thing. So do you all get to go?
Yes, all three of us get to go to the
that's
Governor's
wonderful.
Ball.
One of the things that I noticed with the Miss Pahrump pageant is that you all get to wear a crown. I think that's great.
Yeah, they try to even out the awards so everyone feels like a winner, even though they already are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, your first attendant, I see you have your crown and your little sash or your banner up there, first attendant 2012. Well, congratulations, though, on you. I never did congratulate you, and you did a fabulous job. We had you picked. You were on our side of the auditorium there, so we thought we were excited when you got up there, and you all did such a great job, and what an inspiration, though, you all are. What are you going to do after high school?
After high school, I'm hoping to get a job,
Uh-huh.
doing something productive. I don't just want to serve fast food. I want to do something that'll further my future.
Right.
And I'm going to take some online college classes.
Oh, good. I'm an online college professor, so you can take my classes. If you want to go into health professions, I teach in the health professions, and school will be starting soon. So I want to thank you for coming and performing for us today, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back.